Well, thank you for staying with us. Definitely, we saw that ICT bit there, but we have more important things. Now we're talking about peace, unity, and patriotism as our first interview, and that will definitely ring a bell because we saw in People's Parliament a youth saying it is time the youth took, you know, the debatings of leadership and took governance back into their hand. But remember that since the Boko Haram insurgency started in 2009, the concern has been over how to dissuade the youth from getting exploited for terrorist activities.
Now, while this concern has led to many proactive agitation among youth organizations, the approaching 2015 elections has also become a source of worry.
Now, little wonder that, of course, has brought a renewed campaign to promote peace, unity, and patriotism.
And one of these organizations championing this campaign is a patriotic movement, Nigeria. And joining us at this time on Kakaaki, the African Voice, to discuss this is Eeefy, Ike, Organization Patriotic Movement, Nigeria. You're welcome.
Hello, how are you? Yeah, it's so beautiful.
And you too, Princess. How are you this morning?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
All right, now let's get into the bit. Yeah, of course, 2015 is around the corner. Political drums have brought out their drums, drum beats are rolling. This is a time a lot of youths, you know, a lot of people will arguably say get exploited, especially to get involved in political antics. Now, why would you choose, you know, to talk and concentrate on unity, peace, and patriotism, especially for the country Nigeria?
Well, darling, you know, we've been struggling with internal war and internal division. And election period, I think it will only get worse. I think election period is very critical because that's when people, you know, are so interested in their own goals. But it's important that we're interested in the welfare of the nation. So it's important that we talk about the peace and unity now, and talk about the patriotism now, so that the nation, their focus is redirected to something that is necessary. Yeah, that it's not about you as a leader, it's not about you as an individual, it's about the nation. Election is about leadership, it's about the nation, it's not about selfish interest. So we want the youths, all of us, to realize that for our nation to move forward, we have to stand up for the nation. We cannot stand up for ourselves, and we cannot point fingers, we cannot apportion blames. We have to take responsibility. We have to refuse to be exploited. They are going to come for us. They're going to try to use our voice. They're going to, because we're all vulnerable. Most of us are vulnerable because of unemployment and all kinds of stuff. So there's going to be a lot of reasons for many youths to want to stand up and agree to be exploited because they need money, or because these people are only going to make you empty promises. Leadership is not about promises. I think that, you know, we need to stop choosing our leaders by their past works, their past good works, not by their promises. So Nigerian youths, please do not listen to their promises. Don't listen. They're going to exploit you. They're going to destroy your future. You have a future, you have a purpose, and it's in your hands. It's not in the hands of the leaders, it's in your hand as an individual. Not in the hands of the leaders, not in the hands of the president, not in the hands of the governors, not in the hands of the ministers, but in your hands. So when they approach you to exploit you, please say no. Think about your own future. Please, Nigeria needs peace. We cannot flourish as a nation without peace, unity, and patriotism. It's impossible for us to achieve our full potential as a nation unless there is togetherness, unless we have to rise above this religious war, because this internal war we're suffering now, it's all about religion, it's all about culture, it's all about politics, all of them together. So we have to rise above this madness. We have to think about the welfare of Nigeria. We have to think about the welfare of the youths. Please, don't exploit them for what you want for now. Think about the consequences. The consequences are grave.
All right, now,
let's look at, I mean, you speak so passionately about the youth and the fact that they are vulnerable. And you said that perhaps the reason why they are vulnerable is because they like opportunities, job opportunities. Now, some people have argued that they've argued against this, your point that perhaps it is lack of jobs, that youth have been given perhaps the wrong orientation to become violent in their own little communities, and maybe community leaders and parents are not doing enough to give them the right orientation. Now, so that even if you see the jobs, they do not take advantage of such opportunities. Yes.
Well, we have more problems than just lack of, employment. We have more problems. We know that because we, like you said, we need the orientation. And the reason we need the orientation is because these people are hopeless. The problem can start with lack of employment, and then it will deteriorate to other things. Because when you don't have a job, you are not emotionally stable. You're worried about how to feed. You're worried about a lot of things. So it would diminish you, right? When it diminishes your spirit, then you are vulnerable to all kinds of problems. It can start with unemployment. I'm telling you, if you don't have the job, if you don't have your basic needs, then it's easy for anybody to exploit you. And even when you get the job, when you eventually gain, an employment, you already messed up emotionally because you had to go through all this destruction during the time you were unemployed, because you had to go through selling sex, because you have to go through stealing, you have to go through kidnapping and all of that. And this kind of behavior, they are destructive to your spirit as a person. So even after you gain employment, you already messed up. That's why we need the orientation programs to reorient the youth, to regenerate them. It's like a regeneration, to transform them. Right? That's why we need those kind of programs. So let's not, deny the fact that unemployment, it's a huge problem. Now, there is a problem of purpose. A lot of youths don't understand that they must lead a life of purpose. I continue to promote the need to understand that everyone has a purpose in this world. And once you realize that you have a purpose, it would guide you. It would influence your every action, your daily activities. So Nigerian youth, you all have a purpose. You have a purpose for your own life, your own future. You have a purpose for the nation.
All right. Now, just to interject, when you look at the school of thought, a lot of leaders, even speakers, will tell you that youth is not a time of a life. It is a state of mind. It is the quality of your thought and your emotion and the power and the will to do what you think you should do to make your environment count. And then you look at the argument of the economy, you look at the argument of the environment, you look at the argument of education. Now, I'm sure you're following what's happened in Burkina Faso. 45 to 95% of those who rose up against the continuing term of Blaise were youths. And they took to the streets en masse and said, you know what, enough is enough. You cannot think with the Constitution anymore. We want the right to choose another person to come and give us another beautiful terrain, because he had already ruled for 27 years. Yes. Now, that is the youth. But still, did they get the person that they desired? No, the military took over and, and started to call the shots. And then they're saying, that they fought a war that they didn't win. Now, one needs to come out and vociferate and be loud.
Exactly.
Another thing is to have a purpose and a structure behind your voice. So how do you, what are you going to tell Nigerian youth? Because a lot of them seem to be doing a lot of talking and there are no actions.
They just talk. We have to stop talking. Nigerian youth, we must stop talking. We must rise and go and fight for what we want, and we will get it. I believe in the positive spirit. I believe that when you keep fighting, yes, you're going to go through rejection. Yes, you're going to go through, all kinds of challenges. But one day you are going to achieve your good goals. We have to rise. We have to stop talking and talking shit on cyberspace and talking shit about Nigeria. That's not fighting. And talking shit about government, that's not fighting. We have to fight by rising together, through our creativity. Nigerian youth, I always said that, they have what it takes if only they will realize it. Yes, healing starts from discovery and understanding. If you realize that you have something in you, then you will go for the kill, right? If you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe that you're capable, if you think that someone else is responsible, then you're never going to get it done. In Nigeria, we believe government is responsible. Only government is responsible. We believe our parents are responsible. Only our parents are responsible. But no, both government and our parents and us, we are all responsible. It takes a collective effort So Nigerian youths, Nigeria beckons your creativity. Nigeria beckons your energy.
All right.
Nigeria beckons your patriotism. Get up, rise, and work for what you want, and stop complaining.
If the 2015 election is just, you know, by the corner, you know, a lot of people will go to polls to, of course, vote. But you're planning to establish a movement after the elections. Why after the elections and not before the elections?
Well, first of all, you already know that doing a state-to-state movement, they're going to exploit you. Because, you know, they are going to exploit the youths. Because we're going to start a movement don't mean that all the youths are in a healthy state of mind. Don't forget that. So when you put them on the streets, they're going to be exploited. The weak ones are going to be exploited. We don't want them to be exploited. Do you understand? But we can preach about the synergy. We can preach about the peace for now. And then when we install our president, then I think it's a perfect time to go around the nation and promote more of the synergy and the peace and the unity and patriotism and teach the youth about the nation, right? So that they can contribute to the transformational agenda of the president. Whether it's this president, another president, we all need a transformational agenda.
Okay. Eeefy, thank you so much for coming to share your thoughts with us this morning. Of course, you are so passionate about youth development and you're looking forward to a day where they will rechannel and rejig their energies towards improving this country.
It's very important.
Thank you so much for coming. Well, we've been taking a look at youth and nation building, peace, unity, and patriotism. And we've had Eeefy, and she's Organization Patriotic Movement Nigeria. Thank you so much.
All the best
for coming. All the
Thank
best.
you.
All the
Thank
best.
you.
All right, we take a break and we'll be right back with Inside Nigeria. Please stay with us.